Gary O'Neill from American Warrior Institute.
The first true American combative system. From the frontier rangers of the 1700s to the guerrilla fighters of the Continental Army, and O'Neill has shed blood in every conflict since then. With deep roots on the pulse of Native American warrior spirit and years of the best training the United States military can provide, Gary O'Neill is here to tell you what it means to be a true American warrior.
I went to Ranger School in 1972. Ranger School was it's the best leadership course there is in the world, in the military. It gives you a lot of learn self-discipline and cultivation of will, and know how you can work with sleep and food deprivation. One instance in Ranger School, I had two Singapore military officers that was my Ranger students that was with me, my Ranger buddies. And we had to do a Derby phase. We had to do it was a compass course we had to go to that was timed. We had to make sure that we had to be there on time and the right box, the right pace and the right compass heading. But they didn't seem like they wanted to run, they didn't want to exercise, they didn't understand English or anything like that, and I didn't want to flunk the course. So what I did was I went and took the sling ropes and I tied them to a tree and took their cards, ran the course, came back, untied them, gave them their papers, went back in. But that was okay, but they went and told the foreign liaison officer, and I got in a little bit of trouble, so I had to be the company dog with Uncle Bernie, was the senior TAC, and Willie Snow was my assistant TAC. And so I had to bark like a dog on all fours in front of the company and howl and bark at the moon and stuff, and every time we had a company formation before we went to the mountain phase, I had to get on all fours at formation and bark and howl whenever he wanted me to, and so that was pretty good. Then we went to the mountain phase, and when I was in the mountain phase, we had one opportunity to go through a little cabin building, and it just looked like a big outhouse, and we had to pick up any type of pogey bait we wanted. So what we did was had big Hershey candy bars and Lickies and Chewies that we called it. And what we did was I snuck a couple extra and stuck them taped them to my belly, my stomach area. And so when they had to search and everything, they didn't, they searched all of our pockets, they searched the rucksacks and everything for any pogey bait. So we went out and we humped. And they knew what I did because Sergeant Lincoln was the head instructor in the mountain phase, and he was my platoon sergeant in Vietnam in Charlie's 75th Rangers. So he kept an eye on me, and so they humped and they humped and we humped and we humped, and they had the instructors, the RIs, right beside me, and I couldn't get nothing out. So that chocolate just melted all down in my crotch and down in my stomach area, and I had bugs and flies and everything else all over me. So just trying to get some little extra energy in there, but they got me. So as we was crossing a stream, on a log crossing a stream, I politely kind of lost my balance, so I'd fall in the water so I could get all that stuff washed out, and underneath the water, rip the stuff out, and clean up a little bit. I think it was an accident, but they knew exactly what I did. But they was all laughing. It was just a torture test, thinking I was going to get over on them. But overall, Ranger School is probably the best school, one of the best schools I ever went to. and I'm proud to wear the Ranger tab, black and gold.